Welcome everyone to the Consistently Creative Cruise Project Recipe class for June. We are doing the Enchanted Wizard project recipe from Creative Memories. And I just quickly wanted to show you how cute the bundle is. It had the Enchanted Princess and the Enchanted Wizard. So I'm going to be using the Wizard materials, but I just wanted to show you how cute these the little princess ones are as well. And also that the mats are really clever because they are the wizard on one side and princess on the other. How fun is that? And here's the bigger ones. And I kind of fanned them out so you can see the two different colorways. So I noticed they did that as well with the new Fur Baby collection that they just came out with. And I'm not sure if it's called Fur Baby or not, but that's what I'm calling it at the moment. But they also did the same thing with cats on one side, dogs on the other. And this is the princess paper. Very cute. And then the wizard paper here. And I have pulled a couple sheets from the bottom because that's what I'm going to be working in. There we are. So, oh, the whole collection also came with this fireworks punch, standalone punch, and then the tiara chain order maker cartridge was the other thing that came in the bundle. So we are going to be using the fireworks punch tonight, and you can use, oh, I didn't show the stickers. These are the Enchanted Wizard stickers, and I will be using these. I am doing my son's graduation on Enchanted Wizards, so we'll see how that goes. I did not make a sample because I went through the whole thing and it looked fairly easy. So you're just going to pick 2 pieces as your base. And if you notice in the project recipe, they did just use black cardstock as the base. And on mine, I just wanted to highlight, this is the paper that I'm going to use as designer paper number 1. And these strips will be going across the tops and the bottoms. And there will also be, the reverse will be some of our mats. And then we'll be using some of these for the fireworks. We'll see how that works out with this paper. The other side is like stonework, kind of like a castle wall. And the designer paper too I'm going to be using is this red. I liked the stars for the graduation. My son had a little red tassel and a little red in his tie, so I think that'll work nicely with that. And then I did pick the shimmer blue for the other side to pull the blue from here. And there's a lot of blue in his cap and gown and whatnot as well. So you're going to need your 12-inch trimmer, and we will start with designer paper number 1.
So before you get started, let me share my screen and I'll show the different papers that are on the advisor guide that CM recommends. So if you, hopefully you can see that screen. So they recommended in their sample was 2 sheets of black cardstock, like Cheryl said, and then they use these 2 different sheets of the Enchanted Wizard designer paper. And then they had additional pairings that you could choose if you were using Enchanted Wizard. So I'll just leave those up on the screen for a moment as things that they recommended. So a number of different pairings, and they all will look fantastic with this layout. So I'm going to stop sharing and then send it on back to Cheryl.
Yeah, and I did just want to point out that this one that looks like a newspaper print on one side is really pretty cool because it has most of the word blurred, but then some of the bigger title ones are really cute. So Magical Adventures and Keep on Dreaming. So honestly, this works well with the graduation theme as well. So I may end up, I'm going to have to do more than my double page. So I may be able to use that in the next layout that I do on my own. Okay, so if you're using a designer paper that has direction, and I can't, yeah, mine has a little bit of direction. So we're going to be cutting these strips and they're going to go across the top. So I am going to turn my paper this way. And when they did the video on this, you could maneuver your piece of paper around a little bit if you didn't want to cut through some of these certain icons that are on here. But I think for my purposes, it's going to work out fine. And we're just going to start with our first cut at 1.5 inches. And I'm just going to do it in this direction. Actually, I like this piece of paper, that side better for the top, because I'm going to get more of the moons in there. So 1.5 inches is the first cut. So we're going to go 1.5 inches by 12. And then the next one is going to be 1 inch. Actually works out really good with my little moons here. 1 inch. And then the next one is 1.5 inches. And then another inch. So as far as the strips go, we end up having 2 1-inch strips and 2 1.5-inch strips. And now we're going to do this here. And what I'm going to do, I'm not going to cut both of them because my photos are a little bit different size. So what I'm going to do is just cut the 4.5, and I'm not going to cut it in half. So I'm just cutting at 4.5. And this will be the piece of paper that we're going to cut with our punch in a little bit later. So we'll just put that aside. That's our leftover. And then this is 4.5. And if you want to turn it and cut it at 4.5 and 4.5, we're going to be ending up with 2 4.5 by 4.5. Sorry. Oh, what happened, Peg? Peg got off and back on again. So if you see here, that's this. I'm not cutting mine yet. I'm going to wait until I have my photos. So up to you if you want to cut your 4.5 by 4.5 twice. And then the bottom we'll be using to punch out some fireworks or whatever you have as your punch that you're using. So someone else earlier was mentioning they were going to be using fall, I believe. So maybe she'll be cutting some leaves or something like that. So again, let's see on this one. I'm not sure which side I'm going to be end up using, but see this direction of the paper here. If you want it going in this direction, we're going to cut it this way. Okay, so the lines are in this direction. And so we're going to just start at the 4 inches. So we're going to basically cutting our photo mats here. So 4 by 6. So we're cutting 1 4-inch strip. And then we're going to turn that and cut it in half at 6. So that's 2 photo mats. And I'll be using the other side. So these will be great for photo mats. And then the next one is also at 4 inches. And then they have these here at 5.5. And I think my photos are 5.5, but I'm not 100% sure. So, yep, I'll be okay. Cut at 5.5. You know what? I'm just going to cut it at 6. I'm cutting them at 6 now. If I decide to cut them smaller, I can, because this is going to be left over. So my 2 photo mats are 4 by 6, and I may end up just trimming these off later, but I don't want to. I just want to wait and see what size my photos are going to be. And then this last little piece, we're cutting at 3 inches. And we'll just have, I think it ends up being an inch left over. Yeah. So the last cut is this piece for 3 inches. This is scrap. Side. And that's it for our trimmer for now. And this is the piece for cutting our whatever you're punching. And I'm not sure how this is going to look with fireworks. I'm hoping it's going to look good. So I'm going to flip my punch over and I want to try and get as many fireworks out of here as I can. So I'll just maneuver this around a little bit. It looked pretty good. An interesting firework. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you're going to end up punching 6 on this piece of paper. And I can sneak another one out of here. Let me just get a half of a firework here. And then if you want to, if you made your mats at the 4.5, you'll have a place to cut 2 more there. I'm going to wait and see. That wasn't that interesting. It made a little Harry Potter. That was my punch. I don't know if you guys saw it. Just dropped it. But it was that little shape that's on his forehead. Oh, here it is. But that was just a little extra piece. It doesn't normally cut. So anyway, all right. So we have our little fireworks cut. That is that. So now I'm going to grab my papers that I was going to put on the bottom. Is everyone caught up with me?
Yes.
Yeah, I may end up doing that. I like that. Anyone else will like that too. Have to wait and see. All right, so what ends up happening is the 2 1-inch pieces go at the bottom. And then the 2 bigger ones go at the top. Does anybody need me to pause and wait for them to catch up?
Nope, we're good.
Okay, I'll keep going.
Can you
Right.
tell what those dimensions are again? You had 2 1-inch and then what's the 2 at the top?
The 2 at the top are 1.5 inches.
Okay. Thank you.
I think Deanna just hopped on here.
Sorry, running late.
No worries. I'm glad you could make it. That's pretty. I like my, this is bronze shimmer over here. And then this is, I think it's called Starry Night, the blue. And the 1-inch pieces on the bottom. What to decide? I don't have too many moons on this one. Notice that some of the sayings on the mats that are in this Enchanted Wizard actually were pretty good for graduation sentiments. with dreams and different things like that. All right, is everybody catching up? Now this piece is going to end up over here. And then that's where the fireworks are going to go. I'm not sure which side I like better. I'm going to have to play with it. And then I was thinking that I'm not going to put mine down evenly. I'm not liking this on the straight. And then we are going to put some around our page, so we're going to need more. So the other thing I was thinking was I might cut some shapes out from underneath here before I put my photos down. As a little trick. So let's just see our layout on here. I ended up leaving all these bigger, but I think they're going to end up getting cut down. The other one goes up there. Oh, that's right. I actually have this was an older paper that I had from some collection way back when, but it was all about graduation. There's different themes on there, and I'd stuck this on here, but I think I'm going to put the red underneath. I need to find my multi-purpose tools. Do the adhesive on this. Did trim this photo down a little bit, so this mat that we cut is probably going to be bigger than I need. But I was thinking that a little smidge of this red showing might make this pop a little bit more. And that makes sense over here. Yeah, so I'm going to do that. So I'm going to put on my photo on here and trim it down a little bit. But basically, this is our layout, and these are these star stickers from across the bottom, and they're going to go here and here. You can see in this, and you're basically just going to be laying this out. So if we don't have any questions, I think I can do that off camera. Are we good to pause, Kari? All right, so here we have our finished layout. So you can see we just put the strips across the top and bottom, and then this strip on the side, the 3-inch piece. I ended up staggering my fireworks, and when I went to use the other side, this piece of paper was this. So I did not love that over here. So I just brought this color over. So I just grabbed another sheet of this paper and punched a few of these over here. So that would work out for me. Then I also did frame this out in gold to bring some of this gold over here also. So you can see I did a little bit of a different layout because of what worked with my photos. And that's the great thing about project recipes. They just give us the great starting point, and we can add and subtract just like we do a regular recipe when we're cooking, and make it our own. So I hope you enjoyed, and would love to see your creations. If you want to post those on our Consistently Creative Croppers Facebook group, there is an album there that you can add your photo to, and we would love to see what you've made. Thanks for joining us.